OmniBOLT Guide 1. OmniBOLT is a smart asset lightning network and off-chain contract system for decentralized finance. As we know, Lightning Network was invented to solve the scalability problem of Bitcoin main chain. You must have experienced that sending Bitcoin is slow and expensive. For that, Lightning Network is the solution. Lightning Network now is not only a general instant payment solution, but also an infrastructure for upper layer finance applications. For example, gaming, high frequency trading, or even more interestingly, peer-to-peer chat with full privacy protection, which is super interesting. Moreover, Lightning Network is the only payment network that can settle natively in Bitcoin without counterparty risk or trust in third parties. And now OmniBOLT is the only Lightning Network that can instantly pay and settle in native coins issued on Bitcoin Network. In this presentation, I present an overview of OmniBOLT recent development. First of all, I have to introduce some components of OmniLayer. OmniLayer has a little bit long history. It's known because it is the first protocol that defines smart assets and the success of USDT. Here is the table for quick glance. Fungible asset, which is analog to ERC20 tokens, which can be fixed or variable numbers. Then you can issue, burn, or increase issues again according to certain conditions. Next is Crowd-Sell and DEX. Also, the tool has the counterparty from Ethereum community. Ethereum has a significant huge community around the world, but Bitcoin community still has its own advantage and chance. Then the OmniBOLT, which is based on top of the existing OmniLayer protocol. I would like to share the current status, the architecture, and some how-to of OmniBOLT in this presentation. It is similar to Rider Network or the other Ethereum Layer 2 solutions. On top of OmniBOLT, you can develop exchanges, gaming, or even peer-to-peer chat applications, just like what Bitcoin Lightning Network is capable of. Or even more, because now assets are defined and circulating, which is a new dimension of innovative things, meeting demands of various business applications. What is OmniBOLT? Simply, it is a Lightning Network for smart assets which are issued on OmniBOLT via OmniLayer and built upon Bitcoin Network, which implements HTLC operations on the Craft network of the Boon Dry Chat channels, who are the inventors of Lightning Network. OmniBOLT is an open source and developed from scratch. It is not only an instant token payment network, but also OmniBOLT introduces atomic swap into Lightning Network. You are able to exchange USDT for some other tokens according to certain exchange rate. It can be seen as the fundamental functions to DEX, but exchange in Lightning Network will be much more quicker compared to on-chain exchanges. OmniBOLT is designed to run in non-custodial mode, which is different comparing to Lightning Network daemon, in short, LND. LND requires the user must run its local node, whereas OmniBOLT allows remote connections, which are sent from the client wallet's SDK. A wallet only manages mnemonic words and keys that are used to create and cite transactions. We will introduce this part later on. Decentralized finance applications requires a much more flexible and cheaper smart asset circulation solutions to solve the main chain scalability problem. It must have lower costs on each transaction and should be stable and secure. Also, in circulation, not only Bitcoin is demanded, but also user-defined assets. Since OmniLayer is stable and secure, which proven after years of running, also huge amount of stable coins have been managed on this protocol. We chose OmniLayer as the settlement layer for OmniBOLT. This automatically allows OmniBOLT to acquire the ability of issuing, burning tokens, tamper resistance because of the OmniLayer's consensus engine, and on-chain settlement. OmniBOLT is technically ready now. Its testnet is online, and SDK is released. I am going to introduce how it works in high level now. Let's see the architecture paradigm of OmniBOLT. There are 4 levels of the architecture. Bottom level is the public chain, which is the currently supporting Bitcoin chain. On top of it is OmniLayer, which is the settlement layer, and in our case, it is the only settlement solution for the network. OmniLayer offers various functions, including issue, burn, transfer ownership, and etc. On top of only layer is the Lightning channels that forms the entire network, because now there is not only Bitcoin but also other assets, let's say USDT. There are actually lots of logical networks where each of them is a connected channel network being aware of a certain asset. The top level is a tracker network, which offers network statistics, node service quality monitor, public full Bitcoin node services, anonymous services, including broadcasting transactions, monitoring balances of certain addresses, and some other functions outsourced by any OmniBOLT node. One OmniBOLT node shall be configured to connect at least one tracker. A tracker requires a full Bitcoin node, which will take weeks to synchronize the full database for the network. It's a bit of a heavy job. We have deployed several trackers for our communities. You can see them and connect one using our graphic terminal. Deploying OmniBOLT on the other hand itself is very quick. It shall be done within 5 minutes. You cannot transfer USDT via Bitcoin channel because intermediary nodes have no knowledge of how USDT transaction is defined unless channels on these nodes have been funded by USDT. But apparently, it is easy to apply atomic swap to two logical networks. We are able to exchange tokens subject to a consented exchange rate, which is the foundation for a lot of financial applications. OmniBOLT exposes atomic swap interfaces for users. Let's get to the protocol suite. This is the protocol suite. The off-chain Lightning Network related protocols are 2, 3, 4, which are the infrastructure protocols. HTLC related transactions are processed. According to these three sets of protocols, not only payments but also how to deal with transactions that prevent and punish cheating activities, such as breach remedy transactions, revocable delivery transactions, or so. There are a total of 20 plus internal transactions need to be processed, so that there are multiple rounds of communication between two nodes during a payment life cycle to exchange these transaction informations, especially the transaction hexes, which are to be verified or signed by the counterparty. RSMC Revocable Sequential Maturity Contract, HED Hash Time Lock Executable Delivery TX, BR Breach Remedy TX, RD Revocable Delivery TX, HT Hash Time Locked TX, HTRD Hash Time Locked Revocable Delivery Transaction, and others. Protocols for finance applications are 5 and 6, which are application relevant, especially the atomic swap protocol that we mentioned before. Although it's not finalized yet, we would love to hear what kind of atomic swap is most useful to currently uncertain business scenarios. Maybe we shall support cross-chain atomic swap, for example. Let's take a look at the software architecture. It is actually a non-custodial design. The non-custodial mode is very important to our users and integrators. When you try to use Lnd, you should deploy your own node in local device because all your keys are stored in Lnd database. But OmniBOLT allows remote connection. You can deploy it on remote cloud. Even you can connect a third-party OmniBOLT node. Deploying on the cloud means a much more constant and stable network connection for Lightning services. As we can see in the blueprint of the entire architecture, OmniBOLT nodes can be deployed on even small-sized devices like Raspberry Pi, a credit card-sized device. So on this perspective, the architecture is agile. The wallet must run on your local device, phone, or desktop, and offer simple functions. Manage your keys, sign transactions, and operate a remote node. The wallet can be a Lnd wallet. You can see in the diagram Lnd as a client wallet to generate seeds and keys for an OmniBOLT node. We can do so because it follows the standard BIP 39 of 44, deterministic hierarchical wallet standard. The exact number of these proposals you can check it on our repository. The Lnd integration is still ongoing. I'll go to the next slide to explain it. Since Lnd wallet is a custodial wallet, it stores your seeds and keys in its local storage, so that you shall run your own Lnd full node to initiate a wallet. While OmniBOLT allows remote connections I've mentioned before, for the purpose of less dependence on integrators, it is reasonable to assume the developers are willing to work with current Lnd programming interface, which they are already familiar with. So we just added extra functions to Lnd gRPC set. Our current solution consists of the four following aspects. First of all, OBD SDK consists of a WebSocket client that operates OBD node and a gRPC server that provides services to applications. Second, OBD gRPC server calls Lnd wallet kit to generate seed for a new user, and all keys of this user are derived from the seed. Third, OBD WebSocket client connects remote local OBD node. And finally, merge OBD gRPC interfaces into Lnd gRPC API set. Newly added gRPC APIs have distinguishable but indicative names. For example, Open Asset Channel, comparing to Lnd's Open Channel, which is the Bitcoin-only method. This is the atomic swap architecture among channels. For details, you can check our repository on our GitHub. The application developer will still work with Lnd gRPC server, hence no extraneous dependency is brought into your tech stack. When you call asset-related functions, OBD gRPC server will automatically switch the context to OBD node that you have connected. It has much more clear context in the way offering new functions. Instead of embedding metadata into existing Lnd API, Bitcoin channel network is logically separated from asset channel network. This solution is not finalized yet. Okay, let's see the integration stack. Actually, in order to develop your first application, there are only two steps you should take. One is to download the OmniBOLT package, compile to an executable file, and run it. It will seek default trackers to connect itself to the network. Then the second step is to download and copy SDK files to your project path. The SDK is written in JavaScript, can be embedded into mobile and desktop applications. We also wrote several documents about how to develop your wallet using our SDK. You can visit the link in the chart and try it for yourself. For more information, you can visit our GitHub repository or check out our website, Twitter, Telegram, and other social media links. Thank you for your time.